little tease of this at the top of the hour. But if you're just joining us, what you're looking at is from Hunter. Now, Hunter is a brand that really has been a part of our lives pretty much our whole lives. This is the Hunter True HEPA Tall Tower Air Purifier. If last year taught us something, it was the need to have as clean an environment as possible. And we were cleaning everything, right? We were wiping down counters and doorknobs and every package that came into the house. But were you cleaning your air? What you breathe, what you and your family breathe every day. And if you didn't have an air purifier, no matter how many candles you lit or how many sprays you sprayed, you were not cleaning those particles out of the air. Now, it's not just, the need for an air purifier didn't just happen in 2020 and 2021. There have been particles floating throughout the air forever, and there are a lot of people who are very sensitive to those. So air purifiers have always been a part of life. Now they really should be a part of every household. This one, and we're gonna explain all of the purification that's gone into the development of this air purifier. I know that there are a lot of them on the market. I know that you can pay pretty much any price for an air purifier. Give us a few minutes. We're gonna give you a full presentation so you'll understand why this Hunter is one that you want to bring into your home. Shall I do a quick demonstration? Let's do it. Okay, so we've built our own smoke chamber. And this kind of represents the smoke that or the kind of particles that you may have in your home. So I just flipped on and turned on our Hunter, and you can see the air moving already. Do you see how fast it's moving? And in order to clean the air, you have to move the air, and that's what's happening. Now, I know you're seeing them. We're just giving you the demonstration in this one in black. We don't have it in black anymore. They're already gone. But it works exactly the same as the white one that you do have the option to get. But do you see how fast that was? Can you imagine if that was if those were the particles that were in the air in your home right now? They would have already gone through, already been purified out, and you're already being able to take a cleaner breath in your home. Tracy Rosa is joining us, and she's gonna talk us through, because every time we see all of these particles and the gunk that's flying around, it kind of makes my skin crawl. But I love, Tracy, that you just you break it down really simple so we understand why we need an air purifier in our home.
Yeah, definitely. Tamara, it always cracks me up, because when we talk about our health and when we talk about our home environment, a lot of times we talk about the importance of washing our hands, sterilizing and washing our countertops, filtering our water, right? These are all things that we do on a daily basis. We drink filtered water, we do all that stuff. But at the end of the day, we breathe 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 60 seconds, we don't stop breathing. That is the one single thing that we do all of the time. So what are we doing? What are you doing to make sure that the air that you breathe inside of your home is the cleanest, purest air? Because, hate to break it to everybody, but the air inside of our homes is actually way dirtier than the air outside of our homes. And that's simply because you have to open a door to walk in. You have to open windows to get fresh air. You've got to do all that stuff. So all the outdoor elements come inside, and then we shut the door. We shut the windows. We turn on the heat. We turn on the air conditioning. And all of that stuff, the dust, the dirt, the dander, the pollen, all that stuff settles into our lungs. It settles into our carpets, it settles into our upholsteries, all of that stuff. So the one thing we can do to clean the air, because we don't do it, your lungs will be doing it, is to get an air purifier. So simply that's why you need an air purifier in your home. It's simple. But why this model? Why Hunter? Well, it all comes down to the filter, Tamara. And what I want to explain to you is that with this brand, Hunter, you're not just getting a little filter, you're getting a filtration system. So first and foremost, you're getting a very large true HEPA filter. Now, you hear HEPA a lot when it comes to air purifiers, but what I want you to pay attention to is the word true before it, because people always want to be associated with the best. So what they'll do is they'll put like HEPA Light, HEPA Tech, HEPA, just so you can get that buzzword HEPA in there. But if it doesn't say true HEPA, then that's not the quality that you deserve. So first and foremost, this is that true HEPA filter. Look at the size of it. That's awesome. But what we're doing that takes us one notch above is we're actually including an exclusive PreFilter that will inhibit the growth of microorganisms. Now, I don't pretend to be the smartest person in the world, Tamara. I had to go to Google and figure out what microorganisms were and all that stuff. But I was surprised that the top things that popped up, viruses, bacteria, mold, like live airborne things that we're all aware of, that we all are conscious of, those are microorganisms. So those live airborne spores, they go into this air purifier and they stop growing in the PreFilter. The PreFilter also gets rid of odors in the air as well. So with the PreFilter and with this filter, you're getting a true complete system. So to kind of break it down, because a lot of times we can't see the things in the air that we're cleaning, this is the way that it works. So all those really, really small microns, up to 0.03 point microns is how we measure it. Those little spiky things that you're seeing right now, those are the microorganisms I was talking about. So those microorganisms hit the PreFilter, stop growing. And we all know that they're live, so it's very important to stop it in its track right there. Then you move all that air through the true HEPA filter. Now that's gonna get rid of the stuff that makes a lot of our eyes water, a lot of our nose runny, dust, dirt, dander, pet dander, all of that stuff. So all of that, up to 99.97% of that stuff is going to be cleaned out of your air. And a beautiful, sleek, modern design, if I do say so myself. So it's not too big, it's not too bulky, but really it's gonna be that hard worker in your home.
Absolutely, I love it. And remember, we've got it for you in white. That's what we have available. And I'll tell you, we have offered air purifiers for years here at HSN. But last year, so many people were kind of inquiring about which one to get, which one do I want, which one is right for me. Okay, I say that you can never go wrong with an air purifier, but when you hear about the PreFilter, when you see how big the filter is itself, because there are a lot of air purifiers where the unit itself is big, but the filter itself is kind of skinny. It's kind of puny. You know, you want as big as possible without it being intrusive into your home. So I like that this is a nice full size from top to bottom. When it's time to replace them, and your unit will let you know when it's time to, you can always go to hsn.com, and we even have extra filters on hsn.com, 075105, if you want to go ahead and order them at the same time that you're ordering your air purifier, just so that you always have them on hand. And what I also like about that is you don't have to go out to a store and try to figure out which one to get. We'll send it straight to you, so no worries. And you don't have any downtime when it comes to having that clean air in your home. I'm gonna come back on over to our smoke chamber because we filled it back up again. And if you're just tuning in, I'm turning it on. That's what I do when I click back there. Because we fill it up with smoke, and the smoke stays there because the unit is not on. And then I turn it on, and this is what happens. Where's the smoke? Where are the particles that were in my air just a moment ago? Do you see how fast it's moving? That is the power of your Hunter True HEPA Tall Tower Air Purifier. And this is just a box. Imagine what it's gonna do in your home. So for you and your family, in whether it's the main living area, maybe you keep it near the kitchen, maybe you keep it in the basement because that's where everybody hangs out, maybe you keep it close to the TV because that's where everybody is. If you have, you know, maybe a two-story house, you have one on each story if that's what is appropriate for you. But it's so simple and easy, easy, easy. We're gonna take you on a tour of the control panel along the top. And by control panel, I mean 5 buttons, Tracy. Like, right. Like it's not rocket science.
No, not at all. And listen, they're all digital, so it's really, really easy to see, you know, what you're doing. You know, you have the on and off switch. You have the option for a little accent light. That's that blue light you keep seeing. That doesn't have to stay on, completely up to you. You have a timer, so you can set it for 2 hours, 4 hours, or 8 hours. You have different speeds. You even have a night mode. I'm gonna kick it into night mode. That means no light, no sound. It's still running, but if you're somebody who's sensitive to, you know, any light or sound when you sleep, this is gonna be a great option. And then another thing I like over here is the filter indicator light. That's important because you're gonna have to replace this filter, but it could last you, you know, 6 months to a year. It just depends on how often and how dirty you use it or how dirty your air is. For example, I got my, you know me, Tamara, seeing is believing, and I'm all about too much information, right?
I love it.
Okay, so we do that smoke chamber because you can actually see smoke, and it's one of the smallest particles in the air that this will clean out. So that's one of the reasons why we do the smoke chamber, just to show you how fast we can move and clean the air. But I got this back in March of 2020. I just recently changed the filter. This is my previous filter. So my filter indicator light came on. I went to my closet, picked up my, my replacement. But look at this. Look at how nasty that is. And I have a very clean house, And so look at, this is what it looks like when it comes, and then this is what it looks like. So again, we keep talking about why this model, why this unit. I want to talk about room size, because I think people, obviously all of our homes are different. Some of us live in smaller apartments. Some of us live in an open floor plan. This is great because in a, 200 square foot room, it's going to clean the air 4.88 times an hour, Tamara. Not 4 times a day. It's going to clean it 4 times an hour. So think about it. If you have a smaller room, that just means it's going to turn the air over more times an hour. And if you have a bigger room, it's still going to get the job done. It may just get it done, twice an hour. Well, if you keep it running 24 hours a day, that's 48 times it's turning the air over.
Wow.
So this is an extremely powerful unit with a wonderful filtration system with exclusive technology. And it really is a way for you to kind of protect yourself. Because like I said, if you are not having an air purifier clean the air, your lungs are doing it. And I know everybody is doing whatever they can right now to make sure that our lungs are as healthy as possible, we're as healthy as possible, less wear and tear in our bodies. So we want stuff like this in our home to help make it easier. You're not putting sprays in the air to clean it. You're not putting chemicals in the air to clean, the air. This is a natural way of doing this. And it's able to get the finest, smallest particulates out of the air. And it's not just for these crazy times, Tamara. It's not just for what we're living in right now. If you are an allergy sufferer, a lot of times this is the first thing that they suggest that you go to get better. And while I can't make any medical claims, I'm not a doctor, but I am legally allowed to say that this will clean 99.97% of the particulates in the air. Well, if it's the particulates in the air that's causing your health issues, if I'm removing those out of the air,
yes,
common sense.
Cleaner
air.
So
Yes. So that's just an easy way to break it down. I like this for getting one for your home. And let's say you have a loved one in an assisted living facility. Let's say you have somebody going off to college. I say go in with a couple parents and put this in the classroom if your kids are going back to school, because they're going to be sitting in that classroom for 7-8 hours a day. So let's make sure they have the cleanest air. Think about yourself and your family first, and then think of, another way that you could, help somebody else or give somebody the gift of clean air.
That's right. And I like that we've got these for you. You can see we just flashed up on the screen almost 1.5 million Hunter air purifiers have been sold here at HSN since we started to bring them in. And this is, if you don't have one yet, and for all of the years up until maybe last year and now this year, you were thinking, I don't really need that. It's okay. I don't have allergies. I'm not that sensitive. But guess what? I don't see any reason why we shouldn't have as clean an environment as we can possibly have. I always use the example of if you had a glass of water with a speck, like one speck of something in it, you wouldn't drink that water. We've got all of this floating around in the air and we don't even think about it, but it's still affecting us. Even if we're not conscious of it, our lungs are filtering it out. Why not give them a little bit of an easier job as well by getting out those particulates, the some that we can see, some that we can't see. And if it's as easy as press a button and let Hunter do it, and then let the filter take care of it, when you run out of filters, you can always get them here at hsn.com and we send them to you so you don't have to go to the store and try to figure it out. I like that we really do try to make it easy and give you what is necessary to have a better life. And you can see our entire motto so far this year is create the life you love. And some of us have been trying to do that with eating better and exercising and maybe meditating and being mindful and doing self-care. I can't think of anything that's more self-care than giving yourself the cleanest environment that you possibly can. And while with all the kids home, maybe you can't keep the carpet vacuumed as much as you would like. Maybe there's dishes in the sink and you can't keep the kitchen as clean as you would like. There is a way for you to keep the air as clean as you can. And this is it, and I'm gonna show you. Remember, we have it in white. The black is already gone, but I'm just giving you the demonstration in black. So we filled this smoke chamber with smoke. I'm gonna turn it on. Right there, I just click it. It's literally one button, you click it, and that button for you would be on the top, and then you watch it move that air over and over and over. And to Tracy's point, even if you have a larger space in a larger room, it will clean the air a couple times an hour. Imagine if you wipe down a counter a couple times an hour, every hour, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You get where I'm going with this. It would be the cleanest counter you've ever seen. This is what we're talking about with the air that you get to breathe, your family gets to breathe, your pets get to breathe, your loved ones get to breathe, and Hunter has really done all of the hard work to make it happen. We've got free shipping, which I love free. It's not always free shipping, but it is now. It's for 4 flex of $32.49. That free shipping is a savings of almost $15. We even have a feature price, which is a savings of about another $12, $13. So it's almost a $30 savings by getting this today. And that would, you know, use that to pay for extra filters that you could just have on hand. Again, you can always get them at hsn.com. This one it weighs 11 pounds. There's a little kind of like a handle in the back. So it makes it easy for you if you need to pick it up and move it somewhere, you could easily do that. It is, let me give you a measurement, it's 25 inches tall, and it's 9.5 inches at its longest point, and 9 inches wide, and 9.5 inches from front to back. So Tracy, let me ask you a couple things. Where do I have to put it in any certain area? Let's say it's gonna be in the living room.
No, you put it wherever you want to put it.
Do I have to put it against a wall or not against a wall? Okay.
No, not at all. See, here's the whole front panel is what's going to be taking the air intake in, okay? So this entire from top to bottom is going to be pulling the air from the ceiling to the floor and all the sides. So it's really going to be able to grab it from all different directions. But not all of these are created the same. I do just want to spend the last couple minutes breaking down the difference of why this is a step above some of the other ones out on the marketplace. It has to do with the fact that you have this exclusive EcoSilver technology, which means it inhibits the growth of microorganisms. Those are live bacteria, spores, live viruses, live mold, all the live microorganisms stop growing in this pre-filter. So that's just your first line of defense. And then you go into that true HEPA filter. That is the best of the best that money can buy. That's dust, dirt, dander, pollen, all of that. You're getting both of these. So you're getting a complete system. You've got a beautiful, sleek, modern design. And remember, at the end of the day, when you get this home, this is what's going to happen. You're going to turn it on, and in a few days, you're going to notice, wow, my house smells a little crisper. It smells a little cleaner. Some of those, things that were lingering in the air are going to be out of the air. And then do what I do. I'm a seeing is believing person. So after a couple weeks, I pop over in this front thing and I look at the filter. I want to see it doing its work. I want to see it doing its job. And this was my old one. This literally came out of that one about a month ago. I actually did it live on TV. I was humiliated at how gross it looked, But then I was like relieved, to be honest with you. I'm like, it's working. Get the job done. Do it. You know. So this is really, this is how it comes, and this is, once you remove it, this is how it should look. And the machine lets you know when it's time to address your filter, because a lot of times, think of when you put your AC filters up in there, a lot of times you forget, oh shoot, when did I put that up? And then they're not really working anymore because they're so nasty, right? This lets you know when it's time to address it. So this is a whole exclusive filtration system, really taking care of those live microorganisms and those really, really fine microns that, like I said, make our eyes water and our nose run and all that stuff in between.
That's right. And I'll tell you, there's about 600 left, and then that's all we have. And we only have it now in white. We did have some other colors at one point, but those are all gone. We now only have it in white, which I think is great because I think it can really fit into most homes. And I was thinking when you were showing us the filter first, I love that when now this obviously is a clean filter too. It looks like it's kind of, striating on camera, but it is a clean filter. I like the idea of when you look at the filter from yours that it's dirty, because you're right. That means it's doing its job, but that means all the dirt that's in this filter means it didn't have to go through this filter, your lungs, and that of your kids and your family. But I think about, like in our car, we have a filter, couple filters in our car, some to breathe and some for like the engine and things. You go into like some big buildings, they have air filters. But then we go into the place that we spend the most of our time, the most of our life, our home, and we don't have an air filter. It kind of, you kind of start to think, wait a minute, something's missing. All right, let me show you one more time. As you're shopping, remember only fewer than 600 of these now remaining. That's all we have left. We filled it with smoke. I'm turning it on. And then we're gonna watch the air move. In order to clean the air, you have to move the air. And that's what you're seeing right here. Yes.
You were saying that a minute ago, and yes, you can see the air moving, but I do think we get into a false state of security in our own home because we're in our own home and we think that we control the environment in there. Right. But it's not me who says that the air inside of your home is dirtier than the air outside. There are many, many health organizations that tell you that. So if you're not doing it, your lungs are doing it. Even if you just run it when you sleep at night, if you sleep 6 hours a night, that's 6 hours of it turning the air over and over and over again. So when all you're doing is sleeping and breathing, it's now cleaning the air and you're breathing the cleanest air possible.
Oh, I love it. I really do. Tracy, you always educate us so much, and you're gonna stay close because you're coming up in our next hour, which is actually starting in about a minute or two. And we'll see you, so definitely stay close. And if you want to go ahead and pick up your Hunter True HEPA Tall Tower Air Purifier, 25 inches high, 9.5 inches long, and 9 inches deep, go for it. 680-922. We're talking home sweet